Hi, I'm Henry Mortimer. I'm the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at the University of Baltimore and an editor at large for City Biz List. And I am pleased to introduce you, the audience, to Alan Tsao. I've known Alan and his company, Tsao Baltimore, for many years, and I've watched them grow and iterate and expand with great excitement. And we spoke with Alan in 2018, but since then, he's had a lot of change come his way. He's moved into some new areas, including NFTs and other advanced tech. And so I thought it was time for another chit chat, another check in to get Alan back in front of the City Biz List audience. So, Alan, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
As I've said, I've watched your company, Sal Baltimore, grow almost since the beginning and seen you experience some exciting changes along with your fair share of challenges, for sure, over the last 2 years. For instance, until quite recently, you were working a full-time job, completing a master's degree at the University of Baltimore in entrepreneurship, and launching and growing your eponymous, unique brand. But through it all, you've stayed true to your core principles, an attention to detail and quality for each timepiece, and a passion and loyalty to all things Baltimore. So why don't we just jump right in? Our first question, why don't you take us back a little bit, talk about your background, your personal story. Your career combines several of your passions, including luxury watches, innovative marketing tactics, which you honed via an MBA at UBalt, and Baltimore's history and lore. Can you share with us how you came to bring all of your business and passions and together in to form South Baltimore?
Sure. Thanks again for having me. But I guess to start, really, when we did the interview in 2018, where the company started, my obsession of watches, had my first watch when I was 10 years old. Ever since then, always had a watch on my wrist. Then that obsession of watches became a passion, and I started collecting more pieces until one night my wife was like, Alan, stop buying so many watches. Why don't you start your own company? And then my background, marketing and design. During my undergrad, I had my undergrad in marketing. So I utilized a lot of those resources and the knowledge of marketing in terms of digital marketing, finding the right audience and how to click with the right audience. And then it kind of merged into designing watches. And what we did in the beginning was through Kickstarter, a crowdfunding website that allows people to um, basically support a company from all over the world, which is great. It really created a great foundation for us, not just in the state of Maryland, but also globally around the world. So we were able to generate a lot of customers around the world. So the first campaign, the first Kickstarter was in 2017, and we launched it in August, and then it actually generated about $115,000 in pre-order sales. Uh, the reason for that was a lot of knowledge that I was able to generate from UB, and then understand how to really create a demand or how to really create buzz. So I had to kind of go beyond the normal traditional marketing aspect and kind of focus on pre-launch marketing. Generate buzz, get people interested, get people to refer links to their friends, their family, because more than likely someone's willing to buy something if they're being referred by their friend or family versus a company. So that really helped push more people to get interested in my watch before it even launched on Kickstarter. So that helped build up an email list that really was super supportive and was really ready to buy my watch, which is great. And then yeah, and then we went into their second launch, our Torch Diver. So we worked with the historic ships in Baltimore, and there's a submarine called the USS Torsk, or their call number is SS-423. So with that, we designed a watch that we only made in 423 pieces in stainless steel and 423 pieces in bronze, and made it a dive watch. So it was really cool, really sporty. And we actually When we launched it on Kickstarter, it generated about $200,000 in pre-order sales. And one of the most, I guess, memorable things about that campaign was when we did a pickup event actually on the submarine itself. So we put up a tent right on the submarine. We People came from all over the place. Actually, we have some people come from the UK that took a vacation, family vacation, brought their entire family, and then met us in Baltimore. And we gave them tickets to tour all the different ships around Maryland, and then they were able to pick up their tour diver timepiece right on the tour diver, which was awesome. It was just a really cool story because we just want to create a connection. Our watches aren't just watches; they're memorable, pieces on your wrist. Something that reminds you of Maryland. Something reminds you of Baltimore. Something is more than just another piece that tells time, but it's just a story on your wrist.
That's great. So the combination of innovative marketing tactics, which allowed you, I think I'm correct that you've pre-sold out every one of your lines. Is that right? Using
Uh,
using Kickstarter.
yeah. So the first and second one are sold out. Yes, they sold out. Yeah, a few years ago.
Well, so you've rolled out several limited edition timepieces, right, over these past few years since 2017. And one of the other tactics I remember from the beginning, and I assume you're still doing this, is a collaboration with other companies, including I think you had a local watch band company from Maryland as well. Talk about the significance of collaborations like that have allowed you to expand and grow your business.
Yeah, collaborations are incredibly fun, just because we're able to reach different audiences, different customers from all over the place with different interests. So we did our first and second campaign. We still do work with another local company called Clockwork Synergy. They do watch straps and Apple Watch straps as well. But really great company, Maryland based. It's just fun because at that time they had a large following, and then it's just really cool to have that support, that community of small businesses working together. We're doing a lot of collaborations now. With we're working with a lot of NFT or crypto companies, so we're doing a lot of collaboration pieces with various crypto companies. It's a whole new market, whole new world of people that don't really, that weren't originally interested in watches, but now that there's a connection, we're building a piece based on a crypto that they love and are super passionate about. So they kind of draws their attention, and now they know of our company, the quality that we're able to produce and provide, and just the fun aspect of having a watch with whatever you're passionate about. So those collaborations are incredibly important to us. With retail, we have 8 retailers, retail partners, authorized retailers around Maryland and Pennsylvania. We actually did a collaboration piece with one of our first retailers in Pennsylvania. They're Garrick Jewelers. So we did a timepiece. We designed a timepiece with their logo throughout the dial itself. It's a two-tone bronze and stainless steel, really cool piece. It's a beautiful piece. It's exclusive just to Garrick Jewelers. It's just really fun. And then we actually partnered with Meritage Jewelers, which happens to be the official jeweler of the Baltimore Ravens. And because of their partnership with the Ravens, we were actually able to design an official Baltimore Ravens watch. So it's incredibly exciting because I had no idea. That was one of my ultimate goals, was to work with the Baltimore Ravens. And although this isn't a direct collaboration with the Ravens, but with Meritage, it's just equally as fun and rewarding. So we're actually using the Baltimore Ravens shield, their name and everything. So it's gonna be really fun. And of course, that piece is only exclusive to Meritage Jewelers. And then we have some other pieces that we're working on. We actually have a license agreement with a very fun and well-known Baltimore beer company that was first established in 1885, called the Natty Boh. So we're actually working we're launching a Natty Bow watch actually next month in February. So really exciting stuff, really fun. Again, having these collaborations, it kind of gets us outside of our original comfort zone and really allows us to create something fun and engaging and new. So it just kind of, you know, brings things to be more of a fun atmosphere, which is good.
So one of the more exciting partnerships that you haven't mentioned that I know about is that in October 2022, you connected with Daniel Keller, co-founder of cloud infrastructure firm Flux, and he actually invested in your business, which I'm assuming has given you a little bit or a lot of a boost. Talk about that partnership and what it has allowed you to accomplish and what you hope to accomplish down the road.
Yeah, so Dan and I met actually at the our authorized retailer in Pennsylvania, Garrett Jewelers. And then, it was a funny story how we met was he was just walking by. He loves watches, and he had to go to a meeting, and he was like, "Alan, I love your watches. I would like to do a watch for my audience, my Flux community. Here's my card. Let me know if you're interested." That was it. It was 5 minute conversation, maybe less. And then, having collaborations, there's a risk, but it's always fun just to see what everyone's ideas are. So of course, I called him up, got a meeting. We actually, before he invested into the company, we designed the Flux Titan watch, the collaboration piece. It sold out, out of 250 pieces, we sold maybe 230 within a month. So it was just an incredible experience. So he saw the opportunity of where watches in the whole watch industry is going, and where just people that are focused into digital assets now can kind of go into tangible goods. So it's really cool link between the two worlds. So he invested into the company, and the investment was really to we were able to acquire a Airstream. So we converted this Airstream into a mobile watch boutique. So we actually did the first event in Annapolis, the Annapolis Holiday Market, which was a really crazy event. It was so fun. Just there's a whole bunch of craft items and handmade pieces. Everyone's got the tent. It was cold, but fortunately we had the Airstream, so we were really warm. It was really nice. But the community around the area, everyone was just so excited just to see the Airstream. People would just stop by and just take pictures of the Airstream, which is incredible. And they were like, "Oh, there's watches," and they would come in to check out the watches, and it was just a really fun experience. So what that what that means is we're going to be doing a lot more outdoor community events. So we really want to draw in a stronger community and really be a part of more than just watches, just more of everyone's life. If you have a watch collection, I like to talk to you and discuss what type of watch what you like, and how we can talk, and why you enjoy those watches. It's just really fun just to create that community. So that the investment also includes different collaborations with different crypto companies, growth in the company in general, for like advertising, uh, and then there was, let's see, so there was advertising, and then there's just creating a more dynamic or user experience for our website, and then really just building our community. So the collaboration or the investment really helped project our company to we're able to advertise, we're able to uh, basically market to beyond just Maryland, to just around the U.S. And it was just really fun experience that we went through all last year. It's also inventory. We're also opening up our showroom in Hamden, which is also really exciting. So we're going to open up a actual showroom in right off of Union Avenue in Hamden, Baltimore, and it'll give us an opportunity to set up meetings, get people to come in, check out the watches in person. And there's actually going to be a focused podcast studio that we're going to be inviting, anyone with a watch collection. Talk about your watches. Why do you like this certain watch? Why do you like that certain watch? What does that watch speak to you? It's just creating interest, and generally something that people keep quiet. We don't. I have an obsession in watches. I don't want to tell the world that I have obsession in watches. But it's just fun when someone asks, and like, what kind of watches do you have? What do you like, and why do you like it?
Yeah.
It's just really fun.
Yeah. So one of the things I think to me that's exciting with this partnership as well is, and you mentioned it earlier, is the technology, and specifically blockchain and non-fungible tokens or NFTs. A couple questions along those lines. In one, what are the advantages of this technology to you or to your customers? And watchmaking is what, 250 years old. It's obviously a very an old industry, and how are they? How's the watchmaking industry responding to this influx of new technology, Web 3, et cetera? So talk about the technology and how it's been transformative or even disruptive to what it is you're doing.
Yeah, sorry, just to backtrack. The partnership also included, building up an NFT authentication platform, which you're kind of referring to. So the authentication platform allows people to make sure a timepiece or any other tangible good of value can be authenticated utilizing as long as it's linked to the NFT stored onto the blockchain. So how that works is you would scan. There will be a series of code into the watch or the movement or the strap or whatever have you that you want to make sure is authenticated. And then once that code is scanned into the application, it registers, and then as long as it's linked to the NFT stored on blockchain, the two pieces are connected, so that therefore that piece is authentic and real. And we're kind of going beyond that piece where the platform allows people to really understand what they own. For example, like our watches. If ever a watch has to go into repair or to our watchmaker, as long as it's an authorized watchmaker, they'll go back into the system and tell you exactly what they did to that timepiece. So you're storing a history of exactly the life of that watch. That we change out a battery if it's a quartz movement, we change out the crystal if it was cracked, we regulate the movement, whatever have you. All that information is stored into the NFT itself. So people can, it's basically a Carfax report for a watch. So you understand exactly what that piece went through. And if ever you decide to sell that piece, the next buyer will understand what it went through as well. So it's a really cool piece. We're also developing a marketplace for these NFT timepieces, so people can buy and sell without having to deal with counterfeit goods. So the ultimate goal is to basically fight against counterfeit industry, which is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So we want to protect, originality, give people, their, um, you know, real, authentic works of art. So, and that's kind of what we're trying to work with. And this application can be utilized in more than one industry. Whatever industry can be counterfeited, this platform can help protect them. So it's just something really fun that we're working with. And to your question, Henry, um, to the NFTs and the future of all where these digital assets and how it's impacting this very old industry. So a lot of companies, they're kind of slowly getting into NFTs, crypto, the blockchain. Just 2 years ago, Rolex just acquired several different patents into the NFT industry or the blockchain. So they have under their belt a series of ideas, but haven't really implemented anything. There have been some companies, Swiss companies, that made a entire QR code watch. So the entire face is a QR code. So we scan it. So it's very, very artsy, very forward, but as a high level, it was unique to see such an old company to create such a unique piece that was really focused on the future, which was really neat.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was going to ask you that if you're as you're moving into this technological new era and new areas, does it provide you with a competitive advantage over, say, Rolex and some of the other high-end Swiss watches? It sounds like it might, but what else other than the niche for the Baltimore lore, and some of the things we've talked about? What else sets your company, your watch company, apart from even, say, a Shinola, which has a similar mo about trying to represent the local community to and bring it to the world. What's the competitive advantage for you?
So our competitive advantage is all our pieces. They're all assembled, regulated, and tested all in Maryland. Our price point is, under 1,000 generally. We want to create high value, high quality, a really great piece that you can pass down to the next person. Something that would just last. We don't want you to break the bank. You don't want you to, spend thousands of dollars on one single piece. Whereas where we started, our pieces, our very first watch, we were selling for $250. We wanted quality pieces without the high price tag behind it. Obviously, our price has changed throughout just because business and quality has changed for the better. But it's just, we always want to maintain the high value of our timepieces. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck for our timepieces, not just how they look, the design, the uniqueness, but also the craftsmanship, the story behind each timepiece. Each piece is designed after something around Maryland or something around Baltimore. So a lot of our pieces, like our automatic pieces, the movement on the back of the watch actually has the Maryland flag, because I believe like many of us from Maryland, if you're from Maryland, you bleed Maryland colors, so it's just fun. So the movement onto the movement in the watches is like the heart, the beating heart of our timepiece. So no matter where you are, we want the Maryland flag beating in your heart. So it's kind of like it's more than just a piece, another watch. It's a story. It's a conversation starter. It's just something that you can be proud to wear.
I love it. Well, let's just take a couple more minutes here and talk about the future. Yeah, the Keller partnership obviously afforded you some significant capital, which has been instrumental to your growth. Are you seeking any additional an additional round or any other capital raise at this point? And if so, what do you plan to do with the funds?
Yeah. So we are actually later this year. We're actually going to do a friends and family round. Um, that'll help really grow the company, both the digital side as well as the tangible side. We'll be able to actually have hire watchmakers, build out a facility for potential CNC machining. We'll be able to acquire a 5-axis CNC machine or multiple 5-axis CNC machining, so we can actually build the cases, possibly parts of the movement right in Maryland, which would be really cool. Something very unique and different, especially based on our price point. It'll help launch the NFT side, really developing this platform, fine tuning it, and really bringing it out to the masses. So a lot of times is with something new like technology into a very traditional industry, it takes a lot of educating and informing of the consumer. So a lot of people see NFTs as a bored ape that's $1 million. You're just buying a photo, but it's more than that. What people aren't seeing is the technology behind it and what NFTs were meant to be. They're authenticating original work to make sure that it's owned by one person, and so that's what's important. And it's just really informing and educating people of the importance of authenticating high-end goods. You want to make sure you're buying something of value. You want to make sure that item is real. Either it's shoes, jewelry, watches, whatever that can be counterfeited. It's something that's going to change the world, and not many people realize that.
Uh, right. That's exciting. You got a lot going on, Alan. And we here at the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at University of Baltimore are awfully proud of the work you've created. And I know you've got a lot going on. You're actually also raising a family as well as raising funds. And, it's been great to catch up with you. And we wish you all the best in the future. And I also want to say thank you to the City Biz audience for tuning in today. And we hope to see you all again soon.